Welcome back. Today you're gonna learn how to make mole my way. All right. Shout out to my neighbors for my new apron, like that, and my new German knife, which I will be using to make my mole today. Mama Juana, thank you for my birthday gift. Let's get started. Today's mole, I am using 3 chicken breasts, 6 cups of water, quarter of an onion, 2 garlic cloves, knorr, about a teaspoon of knorr, a little handful of oregano, and a couple dashes of ground cumin. As you can see, I put the chicken in with cold water. I don't put the chicken in when it's boiling. I kind of slow cook it so it can get, the chicken will be nice and tender when it's finished cooking. And I cook this for about a good 40 minutes. All right. Medium to high heat. And of course, I'm gonna stir it once it gets a little bit warmer, maybe in about 10-15 minutes. All right. See you in the next step. Chicken's done. Took it out, put it in the pan where I'm gonna put the mole sauce into and let it cool off. Now we're gonna make the sauce using the same broth that you just cooked the chicken in. Hold up, get everything set up right now. So for the mole sauce, you're gonna cook in the chicken broth 3 tomatillos, 2 tomatoes, 3 to 4 garlic cloves, 1/4 of an onion, 3 chile anchos, 3 chile guajillos, and optional, if you want a little kick, you don't have to, but I do add 1 to 2 chile de árboles. I also deseed the chiles because you'll delete an extra step that I was taught, which is straining the sauce. Now for the spices, we have 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and of course 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And there you have it. I use a little spoon. It's not an actual teaspoon, but you know, close enough. And there you have it. So we'll go ahead and put this in the pot. I did reserve about 2 cups of the chicken broth for some rice. All right, we'll get started. Almost forgot, the biggest part of the recipe is a chocolate bar. You can use abuelita or ibarra. I also saved the quarter onion and the 2 garlic cloves that was cooking with the chicken. And here you go. Here's everything that I put in the pot with the remaining 4 cups of chicken broth that was in there. Everything's cooking for about 15 minutes. Here's the chicken cooling down right here. We're gonna pull that apart into smaller pieces. Cook this up. Put your spices in the blender. Put all this in the blender along with the chocolate. Chocolate goes first. This is almost the same way as making my enchilada sauce, but the only difference is you're adding a little bit more spices and the tomatillos and tomatoes. Easy peasy. We'll be back. Secret step. Stay tuned. Old school step. Okay, here we are. I transferred everything that was in the pot into the blender. Chocolate is on the bottom, currently melting. Added all the spices, your oregano, cumin, black pepper, ground clove, pepper, salt, I already said pepper. Let it cool off for a little bit. All right, along with 2 cups of the chicken broth. You're gonna have some broth left over. It's red, save it, toss it out, whatever. Well, I would save it just in case this gets too thick because you want it nice and saucy, all right? So we'll let this cool off and we'll come back for about 10-15 minutes. Go ahead and shred your chicken while your ingredients that are in the blender is cooling off. This takes about a good 2 minutes, maybe less. Cover it up and basically you're almost done. All right, I'm back after I cleaned up the little mess I just made. Obviously, you want to stop the blender and add the fried tortillas into the blender. Only have two hands. The kids are reading right now. Maybe I should ask one of them to hold the video camera for me. Anyways, after I blended it, finished blending it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I added another secret ingredient, peanut butter. All right, it's optional. You don't have to, but I like it. All right, so we'll blend that in for a couple more minutes, and then we're all set. All right, so after a quick taste test in the blender, I did add a few more dashes of regular salt, not Knorr, just regular salt, and about half a cup of the leftover chicken broth that was cooking with all the ingredients in the pot to make it a little bit less thick, because it is going to thicken up. I raised up the heat, turn on the heat real low. All right, let this marinate the chicken for about a good 10-15 minutes, and then you're all done. Ready to serve. Rice is done. I already made some refried beans. Oh, one last thing, the salsa. We'll get to that right now in a second. So this is the last part here. I chopped up half a cucumber, quarter of a red onion, and one haberno, very finely chopped, as you can see. Salt, pepper, oregano, about a teaspoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of vinegar. You could add more vinegar if you want. Mix it all up, and this goes right on top of your mole when you're making your taco de mole. All right, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be hot. Perfect crunchy topping. It's like a pickled onion and cucumber, basically, is what this is. All right, we're gonna serve it up. We'll be back.